Zach Maslany now making his way to the stage. Maslany in the black and white. 666 expect fireworks, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
10th Planet Bethlehem.
Veritable dream team of killers.
Him and JM
Yes, sir.
holding down the fort at 10th Planet Bethlehem.
Great technique. He's
a beast. He's a savage.
excellent coaches, I have to say. Great guys, JM and Zach.
That's a beautiful.
Great guys, JM and Zach.
Veritable dream team of killers.
He's a beast. He's a savage.
It's Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
10th Planet Bethlehem. That's 10th Planet Bethlehem. It's a beautiful.
Great technique. He's
It's 10th Planet Bethlehem.
Yo, what up? Zach's Corner, episode 32. And this one actually is another conversation I had with my cousin Matt. I like having him on, so when he's on vacation from work or we can just sneak it in, I get him over here and we just shoot the shit. So enjoy that. That'll be this podcast, but I just wanted to drop some dates on you guys in case y'all wondering what the hell are these guys up to? And I'm going to let you know right now. So this weekend, don't know, or actually, yeah, this weekend will be in Easton at the Veg Fest. So it's like a vegetarian festival, but it's really dope. They got beers, all types of good food. But the following weekend, me, Renee, Ryan, Mark, and a couple of guys are competing at the Pan Ams in New York City. So if you want to check us out, we'll be competing in New York. And then after that, we leave on the 26th of September. That's a Thursday for ADCC. So we do have availability on possibly Thursday night and Friday. So if anybody in the area is looking to have a JM Zach Thor seminar, 26th, 27th, that would be dope. Holla at me in the Anaheim area. Also, October, we were going to go see Theo Vaughn, but I guess he's not going to be around. He's filming a movie, so that's not going down. Not that you guys give a shit about that. But we don't have much going down in October. Got a couple of possible matchups for me and the squad. But moving along, November, really where you want to hit. But the Javi Vasquez seminar, November 8th, had like a 40-minute conversation with him on the phone just about jiu-jitsu. He didn't even know when the fuck he was coming out here, but he was just super fired up to come out. So that's going to be November 8th. And then November 16th, Finishers 10, 185, 105. We're still compiling everybody. A lot of people applied, so if you don't get on, please don't be mad. There's going to be a lot more events coming up, and we can't put everybody on. And to be honest, I don't want to put everyone on this one. You know, we got to make it somewhat exclusive, and then, you know, we add to the next one. So if you didn't make it on, like I said, don't be mad. And, yeah, and then after that, we're going to Combat Worlds in Mexico. And in December, we're going to be putting together a 10 Planet Bethlehem brown belt and under quintet team. So looks like we got a full squad of guys vying for the position. We got Renee, Zach Edwards, Tom Sellamore. Follow these guys on Instagram too. Renee Souza, Tom Sellamore, Zach Edwards. We got Mark Luong. I think he's under Marky Polo. Zach's Russian style 10P. Renee just might be Renee Souza. Tom's under his name, I'm pretty sure. Selamirette. I think that's something like that. You got to look into that. I'm so horrible at remember everyone's Instagram names. Jules Knighton, 6'10 grappler. Devin Vogel. He already booked his ticket, so I know he's going. Did I miss anybody? Jules, Tom. We have like a whole list of guys. I know Mike Henniger's going to be coming out in the company and the squad. He's our accountant. Let me just go through my notes here to make sure if we miss anything. Quinn, I'm pretty sure he's still going too. So it's basically Tom and the Purple Belt squad. And obviously love to have Andrew Jones on there. But right now he's too big, so he should be in the he could be in it, but I think he's going to compete at the I know he's got another match coming up, maybe the 205 Sogi tournament. So busy. Even our Andrew is working real hard. Quinn, all the guys, we're opening up 10p Allentown. So that's what I want to talk to you about. If anybody wants to sign up, talk to Andrew, and he can explain jiu-jitsu to you because he's a purple belt and he's been training for a long time, so he really knows what's up, and he can guide you into taking the class and everything, whether you want to train in Bethlehem or Allentown. So just holler at him. He'll give you a discount on the registration fee if you want to sign up in Bethlehem, if you tell him you heard about it from the Zach's Corner podcast. So holla at that. FinishersMMA.com, 10PlanetAllentown.com, Miami. We got Newton, New Jersey. We got locations out the ass. So definitely, if you're out there listening to this podcast and you don't train martial arts, chew doing. Not sure really why, but if you want to just do something else, like get into yoga, like my wife is really into running right now, so and she always was into running, but then she's getting even more into it. So yeah, just get into something, whether it's physical, to help yourself release stress and get out there. So yeah, just put yourself out there, like just being more open to trying new things. I like a lot of things, but I'm kind of set in my way. So really trying to get out there and try new things. So definitely check into that. And what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you want to come down, help out with the Allentown School or anything, please spread the word. That always helps. But enjoy the conversation. And thank you guys for listening. I'm going to try to have some more guests on. So if there's anybody that, from our squad that you really want to see on, like if you're like, dude, I'd really like to talk to, Quinn. I'd really like you to talk to, Grace or something, like see what I can do, but put in a word for us. And thanks for listening. Yo, what up? I'm sitting here with my cousin, Matt Gogel, Jr., the third, ninth. Just kidding. It's my cousin, Matt. Me and him, basically, we've known each other for a very long time. He was on one of the earlier podcasts. I don't remember what number that was. Probably one of the first ones I had, right? Probably, right?
Within the first 10, yeah.
Yeah, within the first 10. So this is pretty dope. This is actually episode number 32. Just wanted to jump into it. And he's off work this week, so he just took a vacation week. He just told his boss he ain't coming in. And that's final. So we figured we'd be able to sneak the podcast in. What else are we going on this week? What do you got going on in your week off? You went to the beach already this year, so.
Yeah, I went with Reagan.
Oh, that's right. My sister and her kid.
Goddaughter. I really got nothing else planned, man. I'm just relaxing.
Nice. That's good. No beach. You already went. Oh yeah, you went to. That was the only time you went to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Usually you guys go to.
I usually plan a trip, but I just didn't get a chance to this year.
Yeah. You guys usually go to Ocean City, Maryland, dude. OCMD. How many times have I been to OCMD? Maryland, that's from here. Like, if you guys don't know, from here to Maryland is probably like what, 3 hours or something like that.
3.5, 4 hours.
3.5. Yeah, you gotta lean in. Right. He's new to the mic, so you're like leaning back away from it as far as possible. You can't do that, or no one gonna hear you. But yeah, I used to go to Ocean City, Maryland, pretty much every year too for a while. And then my dad was all hype, always South Carolina. That was his big thing. Like, dude, let's go to South Carolina. Which is cool, too. South Carolina is different. I would like to check that out. Maryland is just better than Jersey. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we started going out of the country, then, eventually.
Yeah, that's true, too. Eventually, you work your way up. You start going, where did you guys go?
I went to Punta Cana twice.
Oh, nice.
And I've been to Jamaica for my boy Matty Makes' wedding.
Nice. Yeah, it's cool to go. I like going to... I really haven't been to mad other countries like that for beaches, but we're definitely planning on it. We got some guys from Hawaii that, I don't know if they listen to the podcast, but Renee, one of our purple belts, Renee was down in Hawaii. I got to find out exactly where it was, but I'm planning on going there. So even if my wife decides to, somehow get pregnant in one of these times, a vacation that we still can take would be, she's like, I'm not going anywhere if I'm pregnant. I was like, all right, well, how about Hawaii? She's like, all right, I could do that. Because you could do other stuff. And where we would stay is probably like an Airbnb or whatever. I don't want to go to like one of those, what the hell are those called? I don't know. I'm not really set on a cruise either. I'd rather just go to the place,
Yeah,
and
I'm not a
chilling.
fan of cruises.
Have you ever been on a cruise? I
No.
don't think. Yeah, I don't know.
It never interested me. I mean, I think it would be cool to see everything on the ship, but I'd rather just be on land.
Yeah, and then you're on the ship all the time, and then, like, the room is small as fuck, and it's like, I don't know if I would want that. So screw that. So all right, just chilling this week. Tomorrow we're going to breakfast over at our Grams, my mom's place, so that'll be dope. Always like seeing the fam. Go down there early. I yoked some weights around this morning, so I got that out of the way. The next day, usually in the morning, like I live twice a week, but I can go for like, you know, every day like some people can. Like I'm doing a good twice a week, getting my pump in, and then usually the next day I got to hit like a cryo lab or something like that because I'm so sore because I'm old. You know
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
get like 3 days in. Trying.
Yeah,
two or 3 days a week.
3 days would be ideal for me. But I know I'm making excuses, but some dumb shit always happens. But like I'm also, some days I'm just sore and I'm just like doing a better job. Like I think I was talking about in one of my earlier podcasts or one of the other ones where I've been doing a good job of taking a break in between and not really killing myself, you know, because I'm not just lifting weights. I'm also rolling jiu-jitsu like 3, 4, 5 times a week, and it just wears on your body. And you have to do the weights and stuff to keep your, even if you're not doing jiu-jitsu, I feel like you should be, you know, if you want to get jacked, then you got to like lift weights all the time. You got to take yourself to soreness and all this other shit. But if you just want to live like a healthy lifestyle and you're not worried about being jacked and cut and tan, then you still should lift weights, light weights, squats, body weight, shit like that, just to keep your body in shape. Or if not, it's like they say, if you don't use it, you lose it, you know? People start getting their back. Like, look at all the people. How many people that you know don't work out, but still have back problems and still have knee problems and still have problems, you know? Not just from people who be like, oh, you're always injured from jiu-jitsu, but people who just have regular jobs are injured too. Like, you know, so like lugging around shit, like if you have to like throw around like a heavy, you know, stuff at work, like, and you're not in shape, yeah, like whatever, like kegs, or even at GNS, when I used to lug basically boxes, each box of nails would be 50 pounds. And just to have that, you had to be in decent shape. Like if your body's falling apart and you're eating McDonald's all the time, you're going to be fucked up. You know?
I pretty much have to do some sort of workout for my job now.
It feels like a workout, right?
Kegs are 168 pounds, I think, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
So,
that's heavy as shit.
taking them downstairs and shit, it's not the best. So
Yeah,
I gotta
that's
keep
heavy.
in shape somehow.
And it helps, I feel like it helps, it keeps yourself not getting injured at work too. Like if you're like trying to lift something up and you're not used to lifting anything heavy ever, and your back just explodes.
Yeah.
You know, I knew so many guys that treated their bodies like shit, never worked out, that did construction, that would be injured all the time. And it was just like, dude, especially this one dude, I doubt he listens to this, but dude used to would come to work when I did concrete cutting and demolish himself, dude. He would like blow out his back, lifting something up. He would just, oh man, he was also an alcoholic. So, I mean, that didn't help either. You know what I mean? Staying up all night drinking and coming into work. Dude, I used to work with guys, like you did construction though for a while, right? Some random jobs. Like I know you work with, Miller, right?
Yeah.
Bill and these guys we know from our past, but a company that my old company used to sell to and stuff. I worked a bunch of random construction jobs, but I was thinking of a story about Bill and how that guy was lazy as shit. Like R.I.P. Bill.
I hated that job.
Yeah, me too, dude. I hated GNS, but I'm sure Miller was just as bad. I just knew the guys there were just kind of D-bags, you know?
Carrying full sheets of drywall for $8 an hour was not what I wanted to do for a living.
And the guys treated you like shit on top of it. So, yeah, fuck that, dude. I still tell people, man, like, you know, I walk out, like, I think when I was living now I live in a townhouse, which is, you know, it's nice and it's in like a nice little area. I'm very thankful to have it, and or just to have my own place in general. But when I lived at Dan's, and this is just when I lived in my buddy's basement for a while, and I'm the king of living in basements. But when I lived in one of the many of my friends' basements that I had to stake claim to for a while, when I lived at Dan's, I remember in the morning one time when my girlfriend, who's my wife now, moved in and I was walking out, and I was taking. She had went to work, and I was walking out with one of my dog Merlot, and I was walking her, and I didn't have to go to work that day because I'm doing jiu-jitsu full time, and it was early on, and I had already quit my job for a while, but it was still like early on where I was like, you know, getting used to just being off all the time, and I walked out, and my old company was cutting concrete down the street from Dan's, and I could smell I could smell the concrete smell coming into my nose from like being burnt. And I was like, dude, no. I was like having nightmares. And it just made me like realize how thankful I was to not have that as a full-time job anymore, because it sucked for many reasons. Now, granted, if that's your job out there and you're a concrete cutter and you're listening to this, and you kind of like your job, that's cool. I just knew that like, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, so screw those jobs. I'm sure a lot of you guys have had some ridiculous jobs in the past. Like I know some of you guys still have them. And sometimes you have to work ridiculous job just to get by, you know? Like you worked at Dick's Sporting Goods too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. JM.
That was a joke.
Yeah, JM worked at Dick's Sporting Goods. A lot of people did. Like, yeah, that was a joke. They pretty much let you get away with anything. But you know what I was going to say? To bring it back to the beach talk, I don't remember the last podcast. I never remember like what I covered on the last podcast, so forgive me if I'm going over the shit again. But Grace had a match at Kasai Grappling, which is a big grappling promotion. Shout out to Rolls Gracie and Rich Bjorn. But we went down to, it was in Atlantic City. And dude, Atlantic City sucks. Have you been to Atlantic City lately?
Yeah.
You have? For what?
Actually, no, I haven't. But I was there not too long ago. But yeah, every time I go there, it sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. Why do people go to AC? Just for the
It's gamble, man.
for the gambling?
Yep.
It used to have shows and all types of stuff, but now they really don't have them anymore, to be honest. Like, we were at the event was at the Showboat, and we were at the Showboat. There's no gambling at the Showboat anymore. They've taken all the casino games out. So now they just have, like, events there. So, like, maybe Kasai got, like, a really dope thing on the event. But, dude, what is up with AC is garbage, dude. I think maybe because casinos opened up in this area, so now you don't have to drive 3 hours to Jersey to gamble, right? Because remember, it only was in Jersey for a while. So, but now they have it at Pennsylvania and other places, right? Where's the casinos around here? There's one in Philly. There's one here.
Mount Airy.
Mount Airy. There's all these Pennsylvania places. So that like kind of drove out the
Whatever it's called now.
Yeah, I feel like the mob
Creek.
Wind Creek, yeah. Dude, you can literally walk down Atlantic City anywhere and drink alcohol or smoke a blunt. No one cares. You could do whatever you want down there. And a lot of the places just seem run down. The boardwalk is a joke, dude. It's either like, it's like psychic.
It's definitely
Pizza
not a
shop.
clean place.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like as you're walking, it's like psychic, pizza shop. Then there's like saltwater taffy. Then it's like another psychic. Then it's like shitty t-shirts that no one ever fucking buys. And then it's like a psychic and then a pizza shop. And then it's literally the same shit. And then all the windows are like fogged out. It looks like a scene from like a zombie movie, but it's so humid down there. I don't know. It's gross. It's just really gross and weird. A million people had dogs, even at the place that we stayed. I mean, I love dogs. My dogs are actually currently fighting on the couch right now. But, dude, hey, knock it off. See, they hear it. They listen. Sometimes I yell at them. We have them on video right now. Like when I leave, I can watch them on video. And I'll yell at them through the video, and they hear me. So they're just playing now. Hey! But Atlantic City is boot. I don't know why I was bringing it up. There are some cool areas. Grace ended up winning her match, which was awesome. But it was just so weird. Like Atlantic City was just, I couldn't believe how gross it was. And I feel like it's sad because, and not to like come off like, like a butthole or whatever here, but like you said, we used to go to Wildwood. And then from Wildwood, dude, some kids even skipped Wildwood because by the time they got old enough to go to the beach, Wildwood already sucked. And then everyone went to OCMD. OCMD, you could drink down there. You can get away with a lot of stuff because it was always, that's where senior week was, right? Mm-hmm. And then some people would go to South Carolina, and some people started going to other beaches because they didn't like the crowds anymore, the kids. And like even when I was younger, OCMD was gross in some areas, but like I thought it was nice when I first started going, but then eventually it started getting run down. And then what's that one place with there's two places where they're like on the beach almost. You can drink on it. Those got crazy. When I turned 21, everyone had to go and check that out. Jamaica's sea salt, Cecil's. I want to go to fucking Secrets. That's what it was called.
Oh yeah, Secrets. Yeah.
There was.
Fun.
You went to Secrets?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened at Secrets? Who knows, dude?
It's just a fun place to be.
Yeah, you could drink like. That's actually, if you guys don't know this,
You want to get drunk within 30 minutes? Go to Secrets.
I forget what I think they were just walking around with like $5,
Yeah.
whatevers. You know
Just
what I mean?
get drinks every 4
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah,
if you
there's just
want.
people constantly walking around, and there's food everywhere. There's like 9 different concert areas. So
The worst thing about Secrets is I remember I went there with a ex-girlfriend of mine, and I was wearing a tank top,
Mhm.
and I remember they wouldn't let me in with the tank top on, so I ripped it off and I threw it in the trash. And when I got in there, the first guy I see was wearing a tank top. So
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I just remember people in the like we got there at like the best time I remember would be to go during the day at like 11 a.m. when it opened,
Yeah.
because you'd be able to hang out, drink all day, eat some food, drink some more, then go home at like 3 o'clock, pass out for like a few hours, and wake up and be able to go back. And
If
then
I
we
did
would hit
that
the beach
now,
in the
I'd be
morning.
out for the rest
Oh,
of the
dude,
night.
yeah. I would just be asleep. Well, the last time we went for a friend of mine's bachelor party years ago, and that's exactly what happened. Like, we went out early, and we left at like 1, not 3. So we were probably there for like 2 or 3 hours. Everyone got blitzkrieged, and then we walked back, got food. Steve convinced us, Big Steve, shout out Big Steve. He convinced us to go to, me and my boy Adam Demise, he convinced us to go to a, what is that? Phillips Seafood, all you
Yeah.
can eat. I
Yeah.
did not want to go. Adam didn't want to go. He convinced us to go. Got really drunk. We had to pay for him. He paid us back eventually. He got really drunk and ate too many crab legs. Somebody got sick. I forget. We ended up leaving, going back, passing out. And then I think I might have went out and got a beer later. But we pretty much went back and went to bed. And then Jones was dead. Steve was dead. They just woke up. It was like, what happened?
It was a good time. I
Yeah.
remember we used to go there. We must have went there for like 6 years in a row right after high school. Like that was the only place that we knew
Yeah.
of.
And it was kind of lax. Like it wasn't like so, where you go and they were just up your ass about everything. You couldn't get
Yeah.
away with anything. They were lax on. They knew kids were drinking. They knew shit was going down.
Yeah, it's different now, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's completely different nowadays. Though, since I'm old, I would rather go to a place where no one is. Take my dogs, have a little house, and I really like Airbnbs. They're like, for me, that's like the best way to stay, because hotels honestly are just gross as fuck. I mean, Airbnbs are gross too, some of them, but I mean, you could get some really nice places, and you can rent like for an Airbnb, you can rent like a whole house. Like when we go to California for like a week, or we go, like me and my wife will be more daring with the places, but if we go to a bunch of guys, we'll just rent like a big ass house. And then we have everything you need. You have a coffee machine, you have a fridge, you can go grocery shopping. For a beach house, like I can't wait to do that one day. Like this year was super busy, but I'm still in the process of setting so much shit up here. Once I get like to a really comfortable spot, like, did I tell you we were looking at a Quakertown school? A school up in Quakertown. So breaking news, but me and Jay have been looking at a school up in Quakertown. We just got to talk to an architect about it, because like I've been talking about in previous podcasts, there's so much shit to opening up a business. You have to have all these things laid out. So if any of you guys are going out there, take it from us. We've learned a lesson somewhat the hard way, and just go process of elimination. But before you can open up a business, you better get checked out by the local, my dog's falling off the couch right now. All right. You better get checked out by the local municipalities and make sure all the stuff is processed and allowed, because you might sign a lease, get in there, and then they might expect you to put in 2 $5,000 handicap bathrooms because everything's changed.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wait a minute, what? Like, shit's wild. So you have to check in stuff first. And that's pretty much what we're doing. We're checking into everything up there first. If they tell us, because I'm willing to lose the $800, but I'm not gonna, obviously the The landlord wants us to sign the lease right away, but we're not going to sign the lease right away. I'm not signing nothing until my people look at that. So that reminds me, shout out to Arm Lawyers. I got to actually message my lawyer real quick here, but about something. But it is, but yeah, check into stuff, guys. Like before you go in to do something, like before you do anything, like there are things you just got to jump at and do it. Like in life, I'm sure, like you just got to, just say the hell with it and just dive into it, or, whatever you're doing. But there are a lot of things like I think is important. Yes, take risks, but calculated risks. Like I'm going to take a risk, which I know that I can lose, but the odds of me losing are a lot less in that situation. Like I'm not going to, go into something where the odds are 80-20, where like I could lose, it's 80%. It's not going to work out 20%. It will work out. And then sometimes, listen, there are times when you have to do that. But now that I've got myself to a certain point, I don't want to drop all the way back down like fucking Chutes and Ladders. Like I get all the way to the top and it's like, so calculated risks. That's what I'm doing. And, if things got to be pushed off for a while, they got to be pushed off. Our Allentown schools opening up. You said you got people for us to sign up there already, you think? Some people in Allentown. Most people who say they're going to sign up probably aren't going to sign up, but every now and then they do. And then sometimes you tell somebody about something, and then they end up telling another guy about it, and then they come in.
All I did was wear one of your T-shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
And I got my boy Iad to sign up.
And he's been training, dude. He's been doing,
He's been putting in work.
Diggy, stop it. I don't know. I think the dogs are acting out because they know we're over here chilling, but do not bite that. Be a good boy.
That's why I always represent your school.
Yeah,
and,
man, I appreciate it. Dude, you work for Finishers Enterprises, man.
And I wear that shirt, and it's just like a free advertisement for you guys.
Yeah, you were there at the founding. You were there at the founding of Finishers, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of finishers, starters, all that stuff. So yeah, you were there. I mean, honestly, that's probably one of the best things is someone going out and just wearing the T-shirt. That's why I give away a lot of free T-shirts, and that's why I'm so heavy on the merch or the swag, if you will, because just having my mom wear it, or like I walked into so many places I can't tell you, and someone's like 10th Planet, or like they just see the shirt or whatever, yeah, it's crazy. Like that helps out so much now. Like Iad signed up. Like he's been training with us for like a while now. He loves it, dude. Yeah. He's a fucking maniac.
He tells me all the time. He sends me videos and shit. He's a good kid.
Yeah, he's the man. And you know what? One guy like that, like now he posts about it on Instagram or whatever, and then more people see about it, and then like maybe some people that he knows from when he was a kid see it, and they're like, hey, like,
Well, he always thanks me. And I was like, listen, man, you don't need to thank me. I just wore the T-shirt. You're putting in the work. So
yeah. But no, I mean, dude, like people believe me. Like we just had one of our guys, Jimbo. I forget how he saw it, but he lost like 50 pounds, dude. Like JM put up a picture of him the other day. He looks completely different. He looks completely different. He's just like, well, I'm sure wherever he found it, he's probably like, oh, man, so awesome, And even guys who don't train with us anymore, like even if they had a positive experience, they're going to go out and say something cool about it, which is really dope. So our Allentown school is opening up, and we got really good deals over there. It's like if you sign up for 6 months ahead of time before the school even opens, it's $99, and you're locked in, for that $99 eternity. Some people $100 a month, is a lot. But that's still cheaper than what, jiu-jitsu normally costs. It costs you train, at our main school in Easton, because we have so many people, it's like $160, $150, $149 a month. Yeah, $149. And you got to buy the gear, and, it's an expensive thing to do, just like anything. If you're going to people are like, oh man, martial arts expensive. I'm like, how much is skiing? I'm like, you ski. Like, how fucking much is skiing, dude? The goggles are $150.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and then just getting the lift ticket and like, because I always thought about that, but like to do that,
season pass.
Like you got to get on the thing, and then you got to have
like
a couple of beers. Yeah, it's like $500 or $600. Like what other sports like? And then like there's other sports like jiu-jitsu is one too. But then like a friend of mine was playing flag football and stuff, and he broke his wrist. You know what I mean? So now he got injured. You know what I mean? The dude, like, if you're playing a contact sport or something like that,
there's always football right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, you're doing something like that, like, that there's dues and stuff. Those are a little bit less expensive, but there's, still risk for injury, just like there is in martial arts, just like there is in skiing, just like there is in, I know a dude who blew his eardrum out this year and hasn't been able to do shit. He doesn't do jiu-jitsu or anything, but he blew his eardrum out on the back of a boat like he was water skiing and got the water. Then the guy was just driving the boat and he jumped off trying to be funny and blew his eardrum out in the water. So I was like, dude. So like, and that's fucking expensive too. Boating, like, oh, I'm gonna get into boating. Like, good luck, dude. Like, get into boating. Then you gotta have a place to put the boat. You gotta do all types of shit.
I randomly have my boating license.
Did you?
Yeah, I took the test for some odd reason.
Well, it's cool that, dude. It's JM's family goes up. They go up to the lake and stuff like that. I would
no idea how to drive a boat.
Yeah. I've driven a boat before.
I'm sure
my
it's not
dad's
hard
boat,
to learn.
dude, it depends on which one. There are ones with steering wheels, but like my dad just had one was just, and then the thing just pushes up and that's how fast you go, So, yeah, I don't know. I never had my boating license, but I'd like to go, but fishing too. Like fishing is another thing. Or like people are into guitar. I'm into guitars. Well, how much does a guitar cost, dude? Like you get 2-3 guitars and then you get lessons and you got to buy amps and then you got to, whatever you're into, it costs money, So keep that in mind. When you sign up for something, don't just be like, it's too much money or whatever. Some things are too much money for sure. But if you're thinking about ever signing up for something, just think about what else costs a lot of money and then make that perspective, Like
also, if you're passionate about it, do it.
Yeah.
Life's too short, man.
Yeah, you
I've
might
seen
as well.
some dumb shit happen to people. Just live out your dream. If you're passionate about something, go for it.
Yeah, it's only true. You do only got one chance to take a crack at it. And then most people, and that's funny you say that because most people, when I talk to them at jiu-jitsu, they'll say to me, what's like if they had to tell me their biggest regret in whatever, they would always say that they wish they started sooner, and that's that's the beat. And I always tell them, like, obviously Mr. Positive over here, I'm always like, dude, like at least you're here now, dude. You're here now, and that's half the battle. Like if you're at the gym or if you're at this, if you're on the mountain, like we should talk about skiing. But if whatever, at least you're there now. Sure, you wish you started sooner, but you're there now. And you can get someone else into it who's younger or who, tell them about it or tell them about some shit like going out and just doing it. My wife, Kat just got into running. Like I scooped her a new pair of wheels from the Aardvark down the street here in Bethlehem. And then she's got into running now. And like she always did like running and like she likes changing up the workouts, so that's like another thing. Like people get into running. Ross's girlfriend or wife, Krista, she's really into running. So like we know a lot of people. Like I went to a new cryo lab over here. The woman over there, she's really into running. So like you to each his own. You just find something and at least fucking try it. Like I give people a lot of credit who come to jiu-jitsu or like Iyad coming in. Like I give the people a lot of credit, like because you're going and trying something, different. You're trying something new and it takes a lot. Like I'll be honest with you, man. I don't like trying new shit all the time. Sometimes I'm like, man, I don't feel like talking to new people or like it's like you got to be like accepted into some like weird thing. But
I'm changing that about myself too.
I mean, dude, how many people
I fall into that?
Yeah,
that trap sometimes.
How many people do you know that like do nothing, but it would be cool? They would be really good at playing flag football. Right. Like they do nothing. You literally don't do anything, but you could come out and play flag football for an hour or two, but you don't because you make up an excuse on why you don't have enough time. And it's like, dude, you got time though. You really do. You just have to make it work, whatever it is. Now I really don't have time because I'm super engulfed in all the shit. But if I really wanted to, I could make time. Yeah. And that is just an excuse, But I'm sure it's the same with martial arts. Like how many you tell guys and they keep saying they're gonna go. It's like, dude, like at this point, like either come or don't, dude. But at least freaking give it a whirl. Like, but yeah, man, I had to, dude. I don't like that, and I know my wife. Sometimes we're just like, we'll stay home. But always when we go out or when we go to check into something cool always happens. Like when you get out of the house or you get out of your comfort zone, something cool happens. You learn something about yourself or whatever. Right. I'm just drinking this coffee like crazy over here. I'm a coffee maniac. Bro.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to try to take myself out of my own comfort zone too.
Nice.
I have a problem with just being so into one thing that I don't ever try anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's cool to like try to figure out to go somewhere else different and put myself in another situation that I never normally am in. And then I always have a great time.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So
Yeah, you always, anytime me and JM get, like, when we're just like kind of shit stagnant, like we're going this weekend, we have I keep forgetting today's Tuesday, but this weekend on Saturday, we have in Easton, there's a vegetarian festival. They call it a veg fest, but it's not just vegetarian shit. I mean, it is vegetarian, but there's beers, there's coffee, there's, all types of shit, yoga, it's like there's games, prizes. It's like a whole thing. It's like a festival, and there's a lot of really good food. We could just be at the school and just chill and just hope people come. But when you go out to that, you're like putting yourself out there. You end up talking to people. You're like, hey, what's up? Check it out. Hand out flyers and stuff. And something always good happens. Like nothing bad will come of that. Like obviously, unless you get run over by a car on the way set up or something like that, obviously, God forbid. But for the most part, though, you're probably going to meet someone or someone's going to, even if you don't talk to anyone, people saw the sign. And that's like I think that's like one of the main things is like people saw that finisher sign, or they saw like, hey, I've seen these guys before, or, I've seen that crew, and, maybe I'll have to check it out or whatever. So I told the guys I'll buy them some beers if they come up and hang out. I'll probably go set up. Andrew will take over, and then I'll come back later or some shit.
that's exactly what I do as well. Like, that's why I said I always wear your shirts out. So I wear them out, and then either somebody just asks me about it, like, yo, what is that school?
Yeah.
Or what is that about? And I direct them to you guys.
Yeah.
So it ends up either they want to come or they don't want to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But at least they heard about it, and they might tell someone else about it.
Right.
Because Andrew, shout out to Andrew Jones, 10P, Instagram. He always is telling me, like, I always ask him, like, hey, how are people? He's our manager, by the way, chief enrollment officer over at Finishers Enterprises. And every time I ask him, like, how did people hear about it? He's like, well, a lot of time guys will be like, well, I heard about it from this dude. And he's like, oh, yeah, does he train here? And they'll be like, no, he hasn't come in yet. So a lot of times a dude will find out about it, tell another person. That person will have a little more gumption on coming in. They'll come in and try and sign up. Then the other guy still hasn't come in yet. So they'll hear it from a different guy who hasn't come in, and they'll come in and sign up. So you really never know. And also, dude, the Lehigh Valley is so huge, like comparable. You think it's not because you're in this little bubble of your own life. But the Lehigh Valley, and when I say Lehigh Valley, I mainly mean Bethlehem, Easton, and Allentown, Pennsylvania. And those are big areas. But then there's all the little next, like there's Northampton, there's Catasauqua, there's fucking Hellertown, and like these are like new areas coming up and like building all this new shit. And there's so many goddamn people, it's impossible to talk to everyone or find or get out there. So you got to do little things, man. We went over to Lehigh College and we were just handing out flyers. We were just handing flyers out to people, giving out t-shirts, having people wear t-shirts, like selling merch. Like if you're a fucking school out there and you aren't selling merch, what you doing? I don't know what you're doing, dude. Why don't you have t-shirts out there? Shit like that is so important. Like
putting the word out.
Yeah, someone said the other day they were over at the dispensary. The marijuana is legal kind of here if you have the medical license. Someone said they were at the marijuana dispensary and they saw a sticker with the Grace Gundrum sticker on it. And, on someone's car who was at this. So, like, I mean, it's getting at, but stuff like that, like giving out bumper stickers. So if you come down to the Easton Veg Fest this weekend, I'm going to be handing out bumper stickers, kissing babies, you know what I mean? Throwing out Zach Bucks, all that shit. So did something buzz? What was that? The freak. I'm getting messages. And, I don't know, man, 2:19. We've been going for like 32 minutes, man. It's pretty dope. Anything you want to get off your chest or anything? Anything you want to chuck about?
I really got nothing, man. I'm just relaxing.
Yeah, that's good, dude.
This
You gotta.
vacation is I need a mental break.
Yeah, dude. Me and Kat talk about that shit all the time, and it's just my email. It's just my thing letting me know I have emails. But I have to do that too. Sometimes I work so much. And I don't realize, like, I'm just working all the time. And I just need to, like, take a break. That's why we went to Colorado. And I have so much stuff coming up. It's crazy, dude. I got not this weekend. is the Veg Fest. And the weekend after that, I'm going to New York for the Pan Ams. Then the weekend after that, nothing. Then the weekend after that, I'm going to Cali to coach Thor in the ADCC. And then I come back for 2 weeks, end of September. Then October is there's a bunch of matchups lined up in October. I can't really announce any yet, but I'm trying. I got a couple things in the works maybe. And then, I'm trying to like chill in October and not do as much traveling, even though I might have a match for like 3 weekends in a row. And then November comes up, and the 15th is the finishers tournament, and that's going to be our first one since we got the new mats and that new location. So it's our 10th event, so which is pretty dope. So we're excited about that. And then 2 weeks after that, we're going to have to go to Mexico for a combat jiu-jitsu because Thor's in that. And then that's at the end of November, and that's in Mexico. So I haven't figured out how the freak I'm going to do. Either I'm going to have to fly to Mexico or I'm going to fly to San Antonio and drive there. So I know all the shit's going on with the border, and I don't know if they fucking built walls down there. What's going on, dude? I don't know. I don't really know. I haven't been paying attention to the whole thing. So I'm going to have to figure out how to circumnavigate the border down there. I'm going to do the hard-hitting shit. I'm going to find out if they're really building that wall down there. I'm going to check it out. I'll send you guys some videos on that. And then 2 weeks after that, I think we have to go back out to LA. 10 Planet Quintet team. So we got 5 of our purple belts going to compete in this quintet thing. I don't know if that's going down. I'm pretty sure it is, but we got to figure it out. And then after that is fucking Christmas. So Merry fucking Christmas, dude. Ho, ho, ho. There goes my next couple months. So yeah. And in betwixt that, either in November or in December, because December will be like my 1 year wedding anniversary with my wife. So, I don't know. I want to go on a little vacation, like you said. After these next couple of months, dude, I'm just going to try to fucking power through it. I'm just going to like just surge up and see if I can get through these months on just piss and vinegar. And then after that, I want to take a little vacation with her. And that's what I like to do, man. I just need to do, I don't even need a week, dude. I just need like I'm leaving on Thursday morning and coming back like Tuesday or some shit. And just go to like, have you ever heard of, well, obviously you've heard of Arizona. That would be a dumb question to ask, but is it Sedona? No, that's Washington. Somewhere out in Arizona, I hear is like, I just want to go to, I'm definitely going to go to Hawaii like we talked about, but lately I've been wanting to go to like wooded areas in like, not even just wooded, but like more open, less city, more open land, mountains, shit like that. Like Colorado trip, like really opened our eyes. Like I would just go back to Colorado, but I figure,
I'd really like to go there.
Yeah, Colorado, dude, was sick. That just the open air, and like I know the elevation aside, but just the open air is different from being here with computers and phones and all this other shit. And dude, I still have Wi-Fi. I was uploading pictures and shit, but just nice to like just turn that shit off and then just be out there and like, do what you got to do. Like have a beer, like just sit. Literally, dude, I can sit on a porch. Like if it's a nice day, I could literally sit on a porch for a fucking day. One time we did take Merlot to like an Airbnb just in Jersey somewhere. I was like in a wooded area, and we just sat on the porch for like, we stayed one night. We just sat on the porch all day. It was like a huge porch. We just sat out there, drank some wine, hung out. Dog sat on the porch, and that's kind of shit that I've been wanting to do instead of just going to, Ocean City, Maryland.
I'm actually trying to make a planning trip to Portland next year.
Oh, nice! I've been there too, dude.
Two of my they just got married in May. So
who?
My friend Paul.
Oh yeah, I know Paul.
Melissa.
Right? I met him, right?
Paulie D.
Yeah, I met him before.
Yeah, I believe you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
They live in Portland now, so
nice.
I've been trying to get out there. We've been talking about it. We talk shit to each other all the time. So
dude,
it's like,
you know what? The best thing.
I gotta get out there and visit them.
Yeah, you know what you got to do? This is the best thing to do. You go on, I got to do it for like fucking 3 flights. Like I said, I got to figure out a lot of shit. But if you go on Google Flights, right? You go on Google Flights and you put in where you want to leave from. And honestly, the best spot to leave from, ABE, you got to always check ABE randomly, not on Google Flights, but you go on ABE website. Now, guys, this is here's your pro biz tip for the day. Traveling, balling on a budget. Here you go. you can go to ABE Airport and always check. That's out of Allentown. So if you're local, check Allentown. But Allentown probably is not going to fly to Portland. But they do go to like Atlanta, and then they do go to Florida for like, kind of cheap Allegiant. But they're expanding, so they're going to have more. But generally, I fly out of Newark Airport because Newark Airport's easy to get to. It's in Jersey, which does blow. But it is easy to get to back and forth, about an hour from here, maybe a little bit longer for you. And they have direct flights to Portland and whatever. Now, you can search online. If you really are like, dude, I'm a cheap fuck, you can go Spirit and probably find like, a decent flight. But I think only animals and poor people can fly Spirit because that's what it seems like on the plane. Also seems like the plane's going to go down too. So I'm not trying to be like bougie over here, but seriously, dude, there was no one time I went on a Spirit flight back from Las Vegas, dude. There was no air conditioning. It was 100 degrees and people were smelled like shit next to me. So I can't do Spirit. But any other flight usually is just a step up from that. I would have rather rode on the wing, dude. And then been in that shit. I'll sit with the luggage, dude. I don't care. That was terrible, bro. My back and ass were drenched from that flight. Fuck that. But anyways, Alaska Airlines, if you just set up a good thing with Alaska Airlines and start getting points, that's like the best thing you can do because right now I'm close to having free flights all over the place because I got like 39,000 miles or whatever because we've been flying all over the place. Unless you know a pilot or something, you ain't going to be able to do it for cheaper. And forget like cheap air and all that shit. You're not guaranteed stuff. And if the flight cancels, you're fucked. So I never do like hotels.com flights or cheap air or whatever. Just go to the actual, you're better off paying the extra $50 and getting it from the actual airline. And it's probably around the same anyways because they could screw you. You could not make your flight or like Hurricane fucking Dorian comes in and then you can't fly out and then you lose that flight as opposed to them because the airline, if they miss the flight, they have to put you on another flight. Now, it might be some fucked up shit where you have to sleep in the airport, but if you get caught with no, if you're like, oh, I booked my thing on cheapflights.net and they're going to be like, dude, sorry, you're screwed. And you have to buy a whole nother flight. So Alaska Airlines is a shit. We flew to Portland. I think we've been out there once. And then same thing, Portland, Colorado. Alaska's the best. It's just better to fly like that. But check it out. Like you can check, like if you're like, I want to go to Portland 8 months from now, you could put in the dates and where you want to leave from Newark to Portland. And then it'll track it for you and it'll email you. It'll be like, yo, it's $75 cheaper today than it is normally, and then boom, you go on and book it, and it keeps track of it. If it's like, it'll send you like an update too, like, dude, this flight might get $300 more if you don't book it now, and then you book it real quick. So Google, shout out to you for hooking it up on the flights, but also you a piece of shit. I don't know why I said that, but just because I know they're listening to me and they're trying to always send me ads. So is Google and Amazon same thing? Or no?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Damn. I heard that the government. I heard a weird conspiracy one that the government doesn't have the technology that Uber does. I'm like, there's no way. Like they were trying to pay Uber Eats for the program maybe or something. Maybe I misunderstood that, but that doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. The government should be able to hack all that shit, dude. Like Uber, dude, they're not, whatever, bro. But yeah, so anyways, take a mental break. Listen to my cousin. Sometimes you got to take that mental Brisnake and then just, you just rest your body, dude. People don't realize too, I would suggest maybe trying to cry or even getting a massage or something, man. If you got the extra scratch, you go down to Healing Hands and get a massage, dude, you'll feel so much better. Because even if you're not like getting your neck cranked on or getting choked out or having someone twisting up your shit, like your back is still like, you have a physical job, like, or even if you have a mentally stressful job like my wife does, and shit is physical too because she is, throwing around kids and shit like that, but she's bending down, lifting up, and then hers is more mental. But still though, you carry stress from your brain and your back and your shoulders, and if like your like ass cheeks too, if anything in your back or ass is sensitive to the touch, that's not good. Like if someone goes like this on your back and you're like, ooh, like something's wrong. You need to get that shit worked out. So, I use the lacrosse ball and the foam roller and stuff, but really, dude, in your thing, man, if I was you, just fucking hit up the cryo lab or hit up a massage, even if it's 30 minutes. Just have some fucking chick in there and just grind out your back till you feel so much better. So, but other than that, I'm trying to think what else I got. I don't really know. I think that's pretty much it, man. You know, you guys can go check out shopfinishers.com. My cousin just bought like $3,000 worth of gear from the site. So we owe him some free shit. But yeah, some of the stuff came in. The prices, I just paid Bryce for Shark Face Apparel for a new load of sweatpants coming in. And then we got some new rash guards. I actually got to talk to Mike Bonds about that. Let me write that shit down so I can get like a little thing so we can pre-order those bam boys. Rashies, Mons. Shout out to Mike Mons. Shout out to Fuji. Shout out to my mom and Graham. We'll see them tomorrow. Is Reagan will be there, right? Or is she in preschool or something?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we like hanging out with my sister's child, Reagan. My sister, Emily. Beautiful young Reagan. She's so cute, man. She says the funniest shit. The dogs, for a while, like my mom watches Ziggy and Merlot, and they were her friends. They're my friends. Like,
yeah,
yep.
She was awesome. We took her to the beach.
That wasn't her first time at the beach, but still.
No, I actually just wanted to take a trip down there with her and Emily, and it was just fun to get away for a little bit. That was my first actual beach trip.
So you worked it, but you didn't. Did you go on a vacation this summer?
No, this was my first thing. I wasn't planning on doing shit, so next year I want to go back out of the country. I got to renew my passport and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that costs like how much?
I don't even know. Now, $100.
Yeah,
$150.
yeah. I got mine. I actually got to check mine.
But I got to renew that because I really want to go to Aruba.
Ooh, Jamaica. Ooh.
I heard Mexico is really nice, actually, like Cancun area.
I'm gonna find out. You know where's really good? Ross goes to Costa Rica. That's what I've been hearing is the new shit. I heard, Jamaica too. Like, if you go on and listen, people are like, dude, I know a couple of dudes who went down there and they died. Like, I'm like, okay.
Probably because they were doing something stupid.
Yeah, exactly. They were probably doing something stupid. Like, you're drinking out of some ridiculous, you know what I mean?
Or just getting drunk and going to a city where you don't belong.
Right, that too. Like people getting robbed and shit. Yeah, you just don't do that. If you stay in the thing, you'll be fine. But like I said, I'm gonna go Hawaii. The problem with Hawaii is like $1,000 fucking. I want to go around the holidays. Like I think I always wanted to one day. I don't know why I'm looking at this.
Spend like Christmas there.
Yeah, I don't think I want to spend Christmas because I do want to see the fam and everything. Even Thanksgiving, I really wouldn't give a shit. Like if I was gone for Thanksgiving, it's like, yo, eat some stuffing in my honor. You know what I mean? Pour out some eggnog in Uncle Zach's honor. But I would Christmas, I kind of want to be home because like I like the feel of seeing family and my mom and everybody and exchanging presents and everything. And I wouldn't want to have my mom watching the dogs over Christmas.
I'd like to skip over November through March.
Why you don't like the winter?
Nah.
Yeah, the winter does kind of blow. It just what sucks about it.
Cold,
yeah, it's too cold, and what sucks about it is no one does anything. Like there's really, and that's
there's nothing to do.
And like I was talking about not drinking alcohol. Like during the winters, almost impossible. you know.
It almost is, yeah.
Because there's nothing to do.
You
can't go outside. The only places to go are restaurant bars.
It's fucking freezing.
So that's why I think everybody at jiu-jitsu and guys like where they always say jiu-jitsu saves lives and the gym and CrossFit and fucking all this shit saves lives because you're actually doing it all the time. Like it's like, dude, people get depressed during the winter too, man. When it gets cold, they get fucked up. They're just like, I don't want to do anything. I'm just gonna sit
it's
home.
The same thing though.
Yeah.
Like I during the winter, I have nothing to do, and I do feel kind of depressed sometimes. I'm like, man, I need to do something.
Yeah.
But as soon as the summer hits and the first warm day, it's
like
I'm scheduling shit till September.
Yeah, and then people are fucking outside throwing balls, they're fucking lifting weights, you're back at the gym. And dude, this is another conspiracy I talked about before about how the sun, like people are just in better moods, and it's because of the sun, dude. It really is. Like, even on cold as days when there's snow on the ground and you walk outside and the sun kind of comes out and it beats on you, you feel better, you know? And I really feel, and this is another pro tip out there, guys, we should all be taking vitamin D. Like, I need to make sure, I got to remember to ask my wife, like, I really need to start taking, well, I think we're all deficient in vitamin D. And I think during the winter, that's what helps cause people's depression, is they're not getting enough vitamin D. I wonder if you took if you said like, oh, your vitamin D's whatever, and I just doubled the dose, if I would feel better. You know, like, I don't think overdosing, you can think you can OD on vitamin D. You know what I mean? So, because think about it. If you're not getting any sun and you go literally from your house to your fucking car, and then that's really not the sun in there, and then you're all bundled up so it's not hitting your skin at all, and you go from your car to work and then vice versa. I mean, by the time, and most of the time during winter, what used to really depress me about my old job is I'd go in the morning and be an actual nice day, and then by the time I leave, it's dark. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I'm going to the fucking bar, dude. You know what I mean? That's what people hate about it. And that's why I know I have enough self-discipline where I'm not going to drink alcohol.
They should leave daylight savings time alone.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, dude. Why do they do that?
Out.
Yeah, they should just honestly really just leave the sun out, dude. It makes no fucking sense.
I know they're controlling the sun.
Yeah.
I don't want to be dark at 4.
Yeah, why?
Let me live my life in darkness. That's what I want.
Yeah, and well, that's why they always say, like, especially in jiu-jitsu, like, they always say, like, the East Coast is tougher because we're fucking out here, like, every day you're bundling up. Like, I imagine the guys who train at Unity and in New York City and stuff, and imagine being in a city where you don't even get in a car and drive. You just have to be on the fucking street. You just get out of the subway and it's like, then you have to drive, get super sweaty, and then put those fucking, all those clothes back on to get back. Dude,
Thanks.
I couldn't live in a city. I couldn't live in the city, dude. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But I would live in the fucking woods. I like the city, though. I like going into the city. Like, I like going to New York.
Visit.
Yeah, for a day or some shit. And after that, I'm like, yo, I'm out. You know, but like, I like going in and like checking it out. Like, it's like you're exploring, but then I want to come home. You know, my end goal is, dude, I have all these schools opened up, and and then after that, hopefully, we'll just make a move from, there, and I'll just end up living a little bit somewhere else. Like, there's some fucking houses around here, dude, right down Bridle Path that are sick. Yeah.
These houses around here, every time I drive down, I'm always looking.
Yeah, they're so gangster. And that's my goal one day, is to have a house similar to that, or in a neighborhood where, there's really not that many people. And that's what I want to do. And I want to set up shop, and I want to put up a moat and get a bunch of guns and put up a finished flag on the top, and then that's base. You know what I mean? Home base. If you come close, there's going to be a lot of flour bringing if my burglar alarm starts ringing. You know what I mean? That's a Biggie Smalls line. But seriously, though, so I would love to do that one day, or just have like a little place in the cut where, like, it's like a little down row where you don't know where I'm at, and I got security cams up and booby traps. So if you come up, you're going to fall in and break your shins off. You know what I mean? And I'm going to have to bury the bodies up north. And that's how it'll be. And that's final. So, I don't know, man. I got more fucking shit to do. People are starting to email me. I did the mistake of looking at my email. This dude is busting my ass here about a sponsorship or something like that. So, I don't know. Shout out to everybody who came out to open Matt. Dude, thanks for doing this. Appreciate it, as always.
On again.
You're the only 2 guests ever, and I am going to be doing a lot more guests and doing a lot more, trying to figure out how to get people to call in and shit like that. And I will figure that out soon, and we're going to have a bunch of call-ins, and that way I don't have to, schedule the person to come over, because not everybody's local, and a lot of people have been busting my ass about the podcast too, and we're going to do that. So, appreciate you guys, and over and out. Peace! Thanks for listening, and thanks to our sponsor, Fuji Sports. If you guys don't know about Fuji, they've been in business in the jiu-jitsu, judo, martial arts business since the beginning of time. And they're our current sponsor. They sponsor Thor, they sponsor Grace, and they sponsor Finishers Enterprises. So if you've never checked out Fuji before, go to fujisports.com. They got all types of gear, gi, no gi, judo. They got lifestyle stuff. They got hoodies. They got stuff to clean the mats. And they also work great with BJJ Fanatics, which we actually have a DVD out right now. So if you go to bjjfanatics.com, search 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu or search Zach Maslany, JM Holland, and the 10 Planet Fundamentals come up. And you can buy a DVD and watch us teach some moves. So shout out to Fuji. Also, not to mention, if you're looking for mats and you want to make your school look great and you want to take your squad to the next level, then why are you training on puzzle mats, dog? Chew doing. Get those Fuji mats. Holler your boy. I'll hook you up with the right people and we'll get you all set up. So whether you're looking for gear, mats, DVDs, moves, we got you covered. Fujisports.com, bjjfanatics.com. Shout out to your boy. This podcast is also brought to you guys by shopfinishers.com. That's pretty much where you can get all of our gear. You can get our Cruise Combat custom rash guards, the red one, fire red, the North Carolina blue, or you can get the OD green. We're about to drop some new shirts. That's your home for Finisher TV stuff. You can actually buy tickets on there to the Finishers 10. If you want, you can get, I'm going to be releasing a bucket hat real soon, but we got some top designers, M85 Designs, Mike Mons. We got Sharkface Apparel, my boy Bryce throwing their stuff up. You can get 10P Allentown stuff. You can get 10P Miami stuff. You can get stickers. You can get 10P Miami flip-flops. We're going to be selling everything. So always check out shopfinishers.com, and that has all your needs. You can link to it from our website, too. If you go to finishersmma.com, you can just click on shop right there and get all the swag that you need. So shopfinishers.com. It's your boy.